My name is Jill Smith and I operate Beeswax Works here on Salt Spring Island. I make candles, lots of them. We buy our beeswax 1,000 pounds at a time, and we receive it in these 40 to 50 pound chunks that I'm sitting on right now. It takes, to make 1 pound of honey, 1,152 bees to travel 112,000 miles to visit 4.5 million flowers to make 1 pound of honey. 22 pounds of honey yields 1 pound of beeswax. So that's a tremendous amount of work. I buy my wax from a third-generation beekeeper in Alberta. It arrives in beautiful 40 to 50 pound chunks. I smash them and I melt them in this big huge cauldron that I have that can hold up to 200 pounds of wax. For the pillars, every candle mold is wicked by hand. The wicking is cut and primed and then pulled through each silicone mold. The tapers are all done the old way. They're hand dipped over a long period of time to create a better burning taper candle. Some of our molds we make ourselves. Some of the molds we have made for us. We collaborate with a very talented man on Bowen Island who is a ceramic artist who designs and makes some of our molds. So they're unique to Beeswax Works. The smell is intoxicating. It's a very elemental smell, like rain in the spring or fresh cut grass. It's a very simple smell. It's not messed up by a human. I am drawn to strong, beautiful smells. Maybe that's my sensories. It's a beautiful medium to work with. It's said to release negative ions with balanced positive ions in the air, so it brings peace to an area. It's said to clean the air, all of these lovely, beautiful things that the beeswax does as it burns. And it's just a beautiful medium to work with. Let me compare how I feel to when I used to have a 9-to-5 job to now when I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I'm at peace when I get up every morning. I know that I have a certain number of things to do every day. Some of them will be business-based, bookkeeping, boring things like that, and some of them are going to be spent in the candle room creating candles with beautiful beeswax. So I'm happy to meet each day. I don't have a drive, I don't have a commute. Beyond taking my warm cup of coffee into the candle room, I'm really quite fortunate. Every day is mine. Every day is my decision. I'm going to create candles. I'm going to take care of my business. It's a very personal thing when you run your own business, and especially when it's a creative business. It's like the creation has to meld with the business side of everything, and I think because I have a background in arts and I have a business background, they meld together to make a peaceful day of work. We live on the far west side of Salt Spring Island, overlooking the ocean, so I'm very lucky that I get to look out to the water each day as I'm working. One day a school of porpoises came through the bay, which was absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful place to work. It was a very supportive environment with all of the artisans that are down at the market, which is a lovely thing to be part of. I think that's had a lot to do with mutual success of all the people that are creating and producing and then taking their wares and their goods and their art to different shows throughout Western Canada and art market. Working with my hands and creating, and even more than that, being your own boss, being able to set your own time schedule. You're responsible to yourself and really just creating things every single day. This candle line is unique to us and designed by Russell Hackney. Here we have a bee with a vine around the outside reminiscent of a French print. This is a simple fern that reminds me of early walks on the west coast. The ferns grow on our ditches and along our roadsides. And this candle is a dancing hexagon design that's reminiscent of the hive and the bees' activity. I have a website, beeswaxworks.ca, and my candles are also carried in about 50 stores in Western Canada and into the States.